Hello everybody, happy Sunday. Welcome to Ken Knows Gambling. And on the Waylon and my retirement plan, we're 30-0 now. He texted me and said, Alicia, yesterday they went to Biloxi and she won, I think, 10 more sessions at 25. So she won $250. And then he played what I'm fixing to do. But anyway, her next 10, my 30, we're getting close to combined 100. So even if me or Waylon went down or whatever, we should have it all covered anyway. But what I'm going to do today is I'm trying, like I went over to the computer. I know now that we're 30-0. That's a milestone. That's huge. I've never been that far with anything. I want to try to put a video buffer every, maybe every one or every other one, like I've been doing on the computer, to keep it from being so boring to you and throw a little spice into it. So today, what I'm going to do is we're going to talk about Waylon's. I think he's 6, 7, 8-0, something like that. His DC pick 1 or 2. He seems to be really, really liking it. So I thought we'd dive in and look at that a little bit, play it. I'll talk about it, and we'll dive into it. Now, that all being said, remember that it's a strategy. All of them. They'll all go down sooner or later. There's nothing you can do about it. And so the best bet in all the casino is never to make that first bet because gambling sucks. All right. So the DC pick 1 or 2. Let's take a peek at actually how it's played. He's got a $5,000 bankroll. I'll keep with my 50, 56, whatever I got here. So you get a point. Alright, now let's try to get a point here. Alright, there's the 9. Now what he does, he comes out with 100, but at the same time, he's going to pick up the outsides. Okay, so I'm going to break this down segment by segment. Alright, the obvious, just like when I'm coming out on the retirement plan, if you come out here not covered, I'm risking 150 over here. He's risking 150. He's risking 2. It's still the risk. There's the risk of any DC. You can't get around it no matter what. The end. Now with a retirement plan, if the 150 comes out, that's it. I don't get anything here. It just comes out. What he's hoping for here is to come out and get a hit. Even if he don't, let's just get it to come out and I'll show you. Alright, there's an 8. So now that's how it's looking. So if the 7 comes out now, he's going to tie. He's in no danger. The only danger is the 8, which is very mindful of what we were doing on the retirement plan, right? So now what he wants to do is get a hit. That's all he wants to do now. It's a ladder strategy, straight up. Alright. Let's see now. So we know what the risk was on the come out, like any DC strategy, so I'm not worried about that. It is what it is. We didn't get a hit, right? So now all we have to do is avoid the 8, much like the retirement plan. So we're still good. He's going to tie like I would, or he's going to hit something. So let's see if we can hit something. Alright, there's an 11. There's the 7. There's the flipping tie. Alright. So it is what it is. So let's see if we can get to that point again. And then we'll continue. I'll continue talking about it. There's the 6. There's the 100. Alright. Now, let's see what we can do here. All right, we got the 9. All right, here's what he's going to do in this case. So this does come out. All right. Okay, but he did hit the 9. So that's worth 35 bucks. Okay. So now he takes all this down. He's up 35 bucks. And now he says you can pick 1 or 2. Well, I guess it depends on if you're on a $10 table, $15 table. But we're just going to pick, let's see. I'm going to, and I've seen him do this too. I'm going to pick 1. I'll pick the 5. I'll even rack the 10. Alright, on that particular hit. Alright, so now where he's at is he's made 35 bucks. We're going to risk 25 of it on this particular series. So a 7 he would lose this, which is basically his profit of what he just did, and gain 100. The 9 is still uncovered. So when we're talking about this strategy, I guess you can plug, but it's not enough. So, but this is how he does it. All right. So he's trying to get another hit here. So he's going to leave that out and let this play out. He'll take a hit. On the second hit, he'll start expanding or doing whatever he's going to do. But he's still uncovered here, okay? But that's where he's at, right? All right, so there's a 6, which was the point. Everything's working. There's an 11. There's a 10, all right? What we want is a big old 5, really. And there it is. So, on that particular 5, I think, if I'm right, most cases, he's going to keep it. He'll keep that first hit. Guaranteeing himself some more profit. We're still at risk for the 9. There's another 5. All right, now he's either going to add or he's going to add somewhere else. So let's go ahead and pick up the 4. And just to make it even, I'm going to take a little $10 back. All right, so now we got 2. He can change those anytime he gets ready. Okay, but now we're going to pick up 2 numbers. The 9 is still uncovered. There's the 5, 25, 35. He's still in good shape. You know, we can press the 5, keep 10. Now he's in the driver's seat. If he's happy where he's at, all right, he's got a couple options here. If he's happy and he wants to take that back, because he said maybe he has $100 win goal, but he goes for $250 to $500, somewhere in there. You could plug this and put this back and take your profit and walk. Okay, but I'm not here. We're just going to keep going. There's another 5. Oh my goodness. So there's 70. Rolling them 5s. I picked the right number, didn't I? Alright, so now what he can do is add there. Maybe since the 5's been hit so many times, maybe he can do this. Maybe you keep the 5. Go here, you know, go here. Now we're going to pick up the 4 and the 10. The 5's really done well. Maybe this is a mistake, taking that 5 off. But let's see. Today, I've been right. All right. So he's got 50, 60, he's got 70, and 70 is 140. We'll go 150 for 10. Alright. We're really, really doing well. He can keep this going, he can regress, or he can plug. So let's see what happens if he plugs. Just because. Alright, let's take everything down. And let's plug that with 75 bucks. So that'll be $5 or $25. Let's just plug it. Or you could have kept building the 4 and 10. You really would have been in good shape. There's a 5. 5, boy, 5's heavy right now. 8. 5. Goodness gracious. 11. 7 out. Okay. So we lose that 75 and we get on. I mean, I'm just dissecting it right now, really and truly, so I got to give you my thoughts and some different options and all that. So let's see where we're at after one series here. Let's put our rack back. Alright. And this is where he would stand at the moment. There's 50. Let's go ahead and get it. There's 100. So, $275. That's between his 250 and 500. If that's enough, one shooter, really, for not playing too long, you take it and you go home. So if I was doing this, I'd be 1-0. Okay? Now, I just watched him do it. I saw him do a couple things, so I haven't figured out exactly, you know, what my goal would be or exactly how I would play it in different situations like he has. You know, obviously it's second nature to him. And to me, I'd have to, you know, practice it out a little bit, which I might do, and just have that as a backup, you know, to do it every once in a while along with him. But let's go ahead and look at this again. So that's a win. Alright. Let's look at it again, step by step. And let's do that. So here we go. We get a point. All right, there's the 8. Here comes the 100, and here comes the outsides. Our biggest risk right now. All right. Can't avoid risk in gambling. If you don't like risk, don't go. Right, but the best bet anyway is not to go. All right, no cover, no nothing. His nuts are out on the chopping block here, but he's doing a straight ladder. Okay, so this would go up to 2, everything would go to 2, then 3. I saw him get to 4 on his video. He said he's been to 5 a couple times, but how it recovers is pretty cool. But the bankroll is there to do it. Okay, so number 1, we notice huge risk from the come out like any other DC. Alright, but what's the advantage? The advantage of doing this is you want that hit. You want that first hit. Okay, so let's see if we can come out and get the hit all at the same time. There's the 6, which we didn't, which is okay. So now the 6 is uncovered, and we're at this step. So the 6 is uncovered. Just like the retirement plan, it would be uncovered, but for 1 roll. Now, if he can get this in 1 roll, that's cool. If not, he has to leave it uncovered longer than we would in the retirement plan. But nonetheless, if the 7 comes, it's a tie, much like the retirement plan. but the 6 is going to be open, and it could be open for a minute. It just depends on what this roll is. Alright, there's the 4, which is actually probably the best one you can get, a 4 or 10. So it works out, right? So the 4 gets 50 bucks. Now he can put these up. Okay? Now is where he goes. He's going to take that profit, leave the 6 hanging. So I guess if you're looking at for a downside, you're just leaving that open until you get to a point where you've won enough and you want to cover it. To me, if there's a downside, here it is. We're going to leave that open while we're trying to do other things. But because of its apparent comeback power, not so much, really. It's not so much of a downer. But I'm just trying to look at it step by step for you. Okay? All right. So, pick 1 or pick 2. In this case, we can just split the 4 or 10. You could go 5 or 9 if you wanted to. Do that if you want. Since I seem to be popping 5s like crazy. So now, if the 7 comes, I lose 50, which was profit anyway. So I really didn't lose nothing. I gained my 100. If the 6 comes, then I just lose 100, and we'll have to ladder. That's all. Okay? So here we go. There's the 9. Hey, I picked right again. So there's 35. It seems to me he always, just like I do a lot of times, I'm going to keep that first hit. I'm going to rack something. So now he can do other things the more hits that he gets. There's a 10. There's an 8. That's the point. Keep them working. Keep them working. There's another 8. There's a 4. I might have been better on that 4 or 10, this particular guy. There's a 12. But hindsight 20/20, right? There's an 11. There's another 4. Yeehaw. There's another 10. Oh my God, man. About the time I move those. There's my 9. Alright. So this is our second hit right here. So if you're at a $10 table, $15 table, you can split them. Or you can just say, look, I'm going to build that 5 up, take 10 more. Do what you want at this point. There's a 5 I got right there, so here comes 70. Like so. What are you going to do with it? Well, we're definitely going to do that, right? Now, I'm not sure, since it was pick 1, pick 2, if he's just going to stick there, or now, I'm sure if he watches this, he'll tell me, or now he can start spreading this puppy out. Because to me, you could do this. Now, you ain't going to win as much as adding it. So, I'm not sure what he does on that one. So, I'm going to keep with the 2. We're going to go here, and 50, 60, we'll go 70. We'll just plop it all there. Okay, there's another 10. Oh my God, boy. There's a 5. What does 70 pay me? I have no idea. 70 divided by 5 equals times 7. 70 pays me $98. So we'll just pay myself 100 and forget the 2. Okay? We'll actually now make that. Now let's go 1, and let me get rid of this. We'll add that. So now we're at 100 and 100. It's actually doing pretty good at the moment. So we'll let it ride another time. I mean, I've made money over here. So another 10. Can you believe the 10s, man? There's a 5 though. That 100 gets me 140. Always look at your rack though, because you could have enough money where you want to just go ahead and plug that and leave. So that's one thing about this strategy I've noticed. You got to really watch, because you may have what you want and the ability to walk instead of keep playing. But we're going to keep playing. So let's break this into those. And now let's go up 50. Let's go up 50. And let's rack some more. You know, so far we're okay. Because if the 7 comes, this is all profit. Remember that. This is all profit. And we'll get $100 out of it. If the 6 comes, I lose 100, but I'll get to pull that off the table. That's a cool thing too. Alright, so here we go. There's another 5. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4. 150. What does that pay me? 150. Golly, my brain ain't working, man. 150 divided by 5 equals times 7. I think it's 210. $210. 210. Alright? I'm telling you, if I took the profit now and plugged that 6, golly, the shape that I would be in. I mean, that's the thing to do. But you could do this. Look at that, man. Let's do something real fast, because you got to use your noodle at this part, right? Let's do this. Let's see how much red I've got here. Alright, there's 50. And there's 50. Let's get $100. Put that back. My rack is back. All this is profit. Boy, you gotta know that on this one, right? We're really doing well hitting these 5s and 9s. Even if we were on 4s and 10s, we'd really be fucking doing well. But you gotta decide right now if that's enough. Alright, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 250. I got 500. I got $600 out here, man. The 7 is coming. I don't want to lose that profit. So, watch this. We're going to take it down. It's the right thing. It's the smart thing to do. Okay? Let's just take that down and let's plug this. And I'm going to just plug it with 100. I could go 90. 90 would pay me whatever. I don't care. Let's just go. We'll just plug it down. There's the 8. Turn it on. There's the 12. Now I just want out of here. There's the 6. We lose that. That pays 116. We'll just pay it 115. And we're done. The end. Over. This particular tutorial session. Oh my god. $600 on this particular session. It'd make us 2-0. But we racked 600 because we did well here, which I think is part of the deal. Try to stay, you know, where you win a little bit, stay even, win a little bit, grind it, and then pow. Again, Waylon, if you're watching this, I'm not sure. I mean, when you got your 2, once you've made enough money, you can just go ahead and go out. I know you can. I can do anything I want. We tell everybody that. But when I, you know, discuss a strategy of yours, I want to keep it close to the best as I'm good. But is this worth playing? Hell yeah, it's worth playing. There's no question about it. I mean, I didn't have to ladder, so I won't know the comeback power until I lose, like that come out, and I have to, come back with it. But until then, I can't argue with 2 sessions. I've made 250 or whatever, and now 655. Then I get a fuck you bet. All right. So let's go ahead and put this up. I made this longer than it had to be. I'm sorry. And then I have a fuck you bet. Now I'll just go back in the field. Fuck you, bye. Let's go. Oh, and I win the bet. So there's 55. We get 55. I just stick that in my pocket or my envelopes, whatever you want to do, and call it a day. Call it a session. Whatnot. Okay? So there is Waylon'S Way Craps. There is his DC. Pick one or two. I've tried to give you my honest opinions on it. Bottom line is it worth playing? Hell yes, it's worth playing. You can't argue with what it wins. And I think the risk level with a $5,000 bankroll, even at getting up to level 3 or 4, it looks like it can have some serious comeback to it. So let's just play it a little more. I think as I'm doing me and Waylon'S, the retirement plan, I can go back and forth and just start playing this. In the meantime, Waylon will watch this and he'll tell me, how I did explaining it. It's rough when you explain somebody else's strategy because it might not be what their brain is thinking. It's only what my brain is thinking. But I laid out the truth, the facts, things to think about. But do I like the strategy? The answer is yes, I do. So, anyway, Waylon, you can get a hold of me and let me know if I need to tweak something, because I think I'll play this in between the retirement plan. Okay? 27 minutes. All right, then. So until the next time, y'all, appreciate you. Be great. See you. Bye.